thank you so much for clicking on this video and for choosing me to spend this time with. This is my channel, Once Upon a Nursery, and I am Tamra, Head Fruit Loop, Top Dog, and your host as always. And happy Sunday. And today is my tag, So Blue Dolly Sunday, where you can put your babies in anything blue, anything green, or anything purple. Yes, blue, green, or purple for this tag. And as you can see today, I have my little twins with me, and we will look at them individually because they're taking up the whole screen here, and it's really hard to, you know, show them together, but I did want to have them on here at first. So let's get started with the first baby, and I will show you what I'll be putting on them as we go. So let's go. Okay, guys, here we are. Well, her hat keeps coming off. So this is the girl part of the twins. This is Darian Maddox, short for, well, Derry for short. She is named after one of the characters on The Outsiders. So, yeah, so her name's Darian. And she was a gift, and so was Sebastian, her brother, from Cheryl, my mama, at Kylayla's Precious Ones. And Darian has this little pig. This did belong to my daughter. And this pig is called Wibbly Pig, and I named him after a book character by the artist Mick Inkpen. And he has two characters, which are Wibbly Pig, and, well, he has more than two of his characters are Wibbly Pig and Kipper the dog. Two of my favorite characters of his. So we named the pig Wibbly after Wibbly Pig. But I'm going to move Wibbly out of the way for now and show you what little Darren is wearing. She has this little hat with, it's pink with darker pink polka dots, and then I put her in this little dinosaur sleeper. It has all sorts of dinosaurs, pink and purple. And look, there's a little T-Rar. It's T-Rar. Okay, so let me show you what I'm going to be putting on Darian. I'm going to try to do this quickly because since I have two babies today, it'll take longer. But I have this cream colored bow. And then I have these little white socks to put on her just to keep her sleeper on, unless she's already wearing some. I think she's already wearing some. That'll be very handy. And then I have this little onesie to put on her. It is a Gerber-sized 3 to 6 months. And it's cream color, and it has little foxes all over. Love foxes so much. They're like one of my favorite animals. And then I have this little sleeper to put on her. It's called First Moments, and it is also sized 3 to 6 months, and it's cream colored, and it says Forest Friends on it, and it has a little bear, and it has a little deer, and it has a little squirrel. And then the print is those same animals, and it has trees, and there's some mushrooms, and some leaves, and some acorns. Very, very cute. Very cute. And this was sent to me in Happy Mailed, but to be honest with you, I don't remember who sent it to me. I apologize. But, you know, it was sent like a couple of years ago, so it's been a while. It's been a while. I appreciate it, though. That's why I want to mention it. So, let's get into this video. Of course, today I wanted to share a quote with you out of this book that was sent to me by Jess at Crafty Churchy Nursery. She is my Captain Crunch. She is my Auntie Crinkle. And the quote is, "Anything I've ever done that was ultimately worthwhile initially scared me to death." And that quote is by Betty Bender, and I have no idea who that is, but it is a good quote. So, and of course, along with that, there's a little fuzz on her. I wanted to read a Bible verse to go along with that. Let me get this off of her first. Oh, yep, she's wearing socks. Okay, good. We can skip that step. So the Bible verse comes out of this book. This book was sent to me by Tanya Blakeney, Prayers and Promises for Women. I absolutely love this book and I adore this woman. Thank you so much, Tanya, for sending me this. I love this book. I read it all the time. Read it all the time here on my channel. I love it and I appreciate you. And I think that you are an amazing, wonderful, beautiful person. And I'm so glad that you are in my life. And thank you for this book and for my tripod and for the baby that you bought me for your birthday, Tanya. You are truly amazing and you have blessed my life so much. Just simply knowing you blesses my life, sweetie. So let's get into this Bible verse super quick. It is 2 Corinthians 3:18. Our faces then are not covered. We all show the Lord's glory, and we are being changed to be like him. This change in us brings even greater glory, which comes from the Lord, who is the Spirit. So, yes, let's talk about that today. So, all of us in our lives have taken a journey at some point, a spiritual journey, a mental journey, but our lives have changed in some way. The time from transitioning from being a child into being a teenager, and then from being a teenager into a young adult, and then so on and so forth. But, in every step, in every chapter of our lives, we all experience change of some kind. Like my life is nothing like it was 15 years ago. Nothing like that. I never imagined that I would be here where I am now. And I mean, of course, there's been good and there's been bad, but my life was completely different 15 years ago. And, I went through a lot of change. I went through a lot of hardships. I mean, like we all do. We all go through some kind of trials and troubles and tribulations and things in our lives. We all have to experience, unfortunately, hatred from the world. No matter how good of a person you are, the world always comes after you because, as Leisha at Binkies and Blankies says, people are very peoply. So there are some very peoply people out there. You just got to be careful for them and watch out for them. But so yeah, we've all experienced this change, several times throughout our lives as we each embark on a new chapter. But when you think back to the times that your life has changed and in what part that it changed, it may be scary at the time that you're doing it. It may be scary at the time that you're going through it because you don't know what's going to happen next. All you can do is just pray. And the Lord says to pray as though we have already received our blessing. So all we can do is pray, believe God has already given us our blessing that we need, and just live in the joy of that blessing. That's literally all we can do. But the change is scary. It really is. I mean, even if it's a good change, it's still scary because it's change. But looking back, though, after you've already gotten through things, after everything is all said and done, and you are where you are now, you realize that it wasn't as scary as you thought. It was only scary at the time because you were in the middle of it. And like I always say, sometimes you have to stand outside the fire to see what's burning. I've had to experience that a lot in my life where I thought that people were who they were when they were actually very different, very toxic, very troubled people. And I allowed them into my life not knowing these things. And of course, hindsight is 2020. So, it's hard to tell because you want to give people a chance, and you want to, of course, you want to make new friends in the world and things, and then you just find out that there are just some people that are no bueno, and all you can do is just pray for them and leave it in God's hands, and just know that whatever is happening to them is happening for a reason, and that is their chapter in their life that they are going to have to experience and go through. And all we can do is just be there if we can. some people don't allow you to be there for them as much as you'd like to. But you know what? That's just them. That's just how they are. And if we accept people, truly accept people, then it's not a problem. No judgment, you know. But everyone has to experience the world and go through their chapters in their lives the way that they see fit. It is their life. I'll show you her at the end. We're going to pause from our talk for a moment so I can bring in little Sebastian Finnick. Here's the boy part of the twins, little Sebastian. And here's his lovey. This is Kipper. Kipper the pig. That was my daughter's too. She loved pigs. And I have him in this little beanie. This was sent by Auntie Josie at Josie's Jungle Room Dolly Mommy. And he has this little navy blue sleeper on that has little monsters all over it. I love it. I think it's so cute. I love the little monsters. So we're going to be putting Sebastian. I think he's also wearing socks. Anyways, these little white socks with a blue and white heel and toe. And then I have this little, it's just a plain old navy blue onesie. It's baby's favorite baby suits, size 3 to 6 months. I don't know. And next I have this little hat to put on him. I hope it fits over all his beautiful hair. And then I have this Child of Mine sleeper from Carter's, and it is sized medium. And it has little turtles and snails and was that a frog or some grass or something? I can't really tell. It's so tiny. But I think it's just flowers and stuff. But there's a snail. There's a turtle with a snail on its back. It's upside down. There he is, upright. A turtle with a turtle on its back. There's the turtles. And yeah, there's snails on here too, though. Like right there, there's some snails. Okay. A snail and a turtle, isn't it? It is. No, it's 2 snails. Okay, it's 2 snails. Anyway, it's super cute though. Look, it has a little puppy dog on here. See? Dogs and snails and puppy dog tails. No. Frogs and snails and puppy dog tails. That's what little boys are made of. So there's a little puppy dog. So that's what I'm putting on him for So Blue Dolly Sunday today. So, yes, we were talking about change. And, you know, it's not something, you know, change always comes when you least expect it. You know, you can be going along in your life and thinking, hey, everything's really great. And, you know, change isn't always bad, of course, you know, but, you know, you're going along in your life and, you know, sometimes you get a little bit blindsided, you know, and things completely catch you off guard. And it's sometimes hard to cope with some stuff, you know. It's kind of hard to cope at first. But, you know, one thing that we all need to remember in life, and that is that everything changes. You know, our favorite products, even, you know, little things like a label on a candy bar, you know, the label on your clothing or your favorite brand of clothes or something, how people dress, the way food is packaged, you know, I mean, just everything changes. Everything changes. You know, so if you are, you know, experiencing something in your life, you are going through something tough right now, you know, just keep in mind, you know, if you are having some changes, that this too shall pass. Somebody reminded me of that recently. I was having an issue with someone who was not being very nice, and who was not treating my friends very nice either. And that one of my friends reminded me that this too shall pass. And, you know, she was right. She was right. And I forgot that. And I forget that. Whenever we are going through something, we do at times, we forget. Because, you know, when you are going through something, it feels like it's lasting forever. It feels like it's taking the life out of you. You know, it completely drains you emotionally, mentally. You know, so it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel when you're, well, there again. It's, you know, sometimes you need to stand outside the fire to see what's burning. You know, but once you do make it through whatever you're going through, and you will make it through it. Whatever the change is that's happening to you, you will persevere. You will. You have to. Life does go on. Life will find a way no matter what. So, you know, I try to be adaptable in my life. When things do change, even if it is a scary change, I try to think that this change is happening for a reason. And I may not see the reason right now, but I just have to trust that God has me. The Lord has me. The Lord has me completely. And I know that the Lord has my situations. And, you know, just letting go 100%, completely giving it all up to God and trusting that He knows what is best for us. And, you know, some things may not seem very good at the time, maybe, but once we look back, we realize that this thing changed for our own good, for our benefit, to help us to progress in our lives, to become the people that we are today, to become the people that we are right now. We had to experience some things and go through things, but just do not be disheartened by your change, and just know that it won't last forever. And you will make it through. And change does not have to be a bad thing. Just take it for what it is and realize that God's got you. And that's it. And that's all. And little Sebastian is now changed, so we'll take a closer look at him, and then I'll grab Darian. There he is, dressed up for So Blue Dolly Sunday in his little outfit. And then here is his older sister, his older twin. They are twins. But Darian is the oldest. She was born first. Sebastian is the baby. So she's the older of the twins. So here is Darian and Sebastian for So Blue Dolly Sunday today. And I appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me while I change these little angels into their So Blue Dolly Sunday clothes. And now here's the part where I read the Bible verse. So I just wanted to tell you guys that if you're not into that, that is absolutely fine. No judgment here. Each to his own. But I am going to do a little prayer now. So if you're not into that, you can go ahead and click off the video, and we will see you tomorrow for Mini Doll Monday. But for those of you who would like to pray with me right now, I would just like to ask if you would please close your eyes and bow your head at this time. Unchanging Lord, how intriguing that you created a world where nothing stays the same. Only you are perfect, so everything else must change. The color of the sky changes minute to minute, and even the hardest of rocks wear down with time. Perhaps most striking of all, I am never the same person upon rising as I was the day before. Let all my growth and change be toward becoming more like you, and help me not to be rattled by things that change around me, knowing that you remain the same. Amen. Amen. And thank you, Lord. Thank you for that. And it says here at the bottom, how do you handle change? How do you handle change? The best way to handle change is just to pray and believe and trust in God. And that is it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I change these two. Please consider hitting that like and subscribe if you haven't. Hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. Comments and sharing are always welcome. And of course, I always love when you guys do my tags over on Instagram. And I will leave a link to my Instagram in my description. I'm looking for Darian's pacifier. I do not know where I set it. There it is. So that being said, from me and Darian and Sebastian, we love you guys so much, especially you, Mama Cheryl. Love you so much. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.